past president, NAACP Dallas.
Spell Arthur and Fleming for us.
ARTHURFLEMING.
What brings us out here this morning?
Today we're out here to begin investigation down here in Waxahachie, Texas, with a sign that's offensive to the African American community. As a person born in Ellis County and a Vietnam veteran, my Vietnam records and my birth certificate is in Fleming County buildings, and so I think it's offensive for those records to be in there. What we're going to do today is Ernest Walker, that's why we're here today, which has to do with the sign. It's charged something 3 years ago. So I'm going to let him explain to you. Investigations that have come up again about this sign. The sign needs to be removed. But I'll let Ernest take it over.
Well, Mr. Fleming, would you offer tell us what's up with the sign? Tell us what is the sign?
Well, what I first remember about, I guess about 3 years ago, there was a constable that was elected here in Waxahachie. They put his office down in this building where this offensive sign is. And it's my understanding. Repainted it and put it back up. So anyway, but it's offensive. It needs to be removed. It's offensive to the African American community here in Waxahachie and in Ellis County. So, but what they did to Mr. Walker in response and connected to this sign was really offensive. And I'm going to let him take it out what happened.
My name is Ernest Walker, ERNEST WALKER. I'm a chaplain, so please address me as chaplain. Ernest Walker. I'm a veteran, a retired veteran. I came down here. It was around January of 2020, towards the end, and I was called by a local group that was looking at the sign and wondering why this constable, who was just elected, Constable Pope, he was the first black elected in the precinct, was placed from an upstairs apartment in the sky into the basement. When I came to talk to Officer Pope Jr. and I saw the sign there, I had no idea the sign was even there at the time. I was just outraged about him being placed in a basement, which was against fire code, a place that no one has been, with pipes, and it was like a broom closet. It was very, very disheartening for me to see him humiliated like this. So to add insult to injury, I'm like, what is that sign? And the sign is there. He said, I'm forced to walk in here and pass that sign every day. And it reminded me of all the ancestors that walked past that sign because we were limited to resources, we were marginalized, and we couldn't be anywhere else. Why come the first elected black constable in that precinct has to be subjected to that? Especially in a taxpayer public building. I'm an Ellis County resident. I pay taxes here. When I saw the sign, I became emotional, and it just totally upset me. I immediately went to the chambers, spoke with Todd Little. I know Todd Little, we're not friends, but his family has grown up with my family. I believe that I had the permission of Todd Little, who is the county commissioner, to remove that sign. If you will see in the video, he gave me permission. He said it was okay. So I removed the sign. So after that, the media portrayed me as some accomplished, and they tried to persecute him. I was never investigated. I was never issued a citation. No sheriffs ever spoke to me. 3 years later, I'm on my way to Houston, 2.5 years, and I get arrested. I have a warrant. Judge Snipes out of Dallas County had put a warrant out for my arrest that I had nothing to know about. I appeared before court after posting bond in Houston. It created a hardship on me. It was embarrassing. Once I got to Judge Snipes' court, I was informed that Waxahachie had to recuse themselves. No attorney, no official in Waxahachie could address this case because of Todd Little and his position in this community. So there was a Dallas jury, a Dallas court who was assigned here to address me. I was told I needed an attorney. I said I would get one. At that time, I asked for a veterans court, and I said that I was not guilty. Shortly thereafter, after that court case was over, I ended up going and looking for an attorney. I get a call 3 weeks later from an attorney, Nigel Redmond. All right, at this point, I have filed at the Bar Association against his license for misrepresentation. I received a call from him and say, hey man, I may have something I can help you out with. He said, I can represent you. How much do you got? I said $1,500. He said, okay, send it to me. I'll represent you. We'll fight this thing. I sent him the money. Then I called him next day. I said, hey, what's going on? He said, well, I got to get a money order. I said, what do you got to get a money order for? And then he hung up. I've never heard from him since. Never heard from him since. So I sent a letter to him and the court, Judge Snipes, stating that I, in District Court here 3, that he was not my attorney. I have not signed anything. I still plead innocent, and I will be here. Today is my court date on September 18th with my own attorney. Then I posted the story on Facebook. When I posted the story on Facebook, the next thing you know, I get something in the mail and I forward it to you that says he appointed him as my attorney, and then 30 minutes later, they said they dismissed the case, that I paid restitution, and that I don't need to be here on Monday. First of all, I have a right to an attorney. That's a Sixth Amendment right. You have a right to an attorney. You have a right to a jury of your peers. I was denied those rights by a judge, literally a judge and an attorney as his accomplice. Now I'm charging that judge and his accomplice that tried to ram me through the system. Now, if that can happen to me, who's a civil rights activist, human rights activist, and veteran activist, what is happening to the people in Ellis County? How can I not get a fair trial and believe that the average Joe on the street can get a fair trial in this court here? That is impossible. So now it's bigger than me. First of all, we believe the sign should be removed. It's offensive. If you were Jewish, we wouldn't try to keep the sign. No, we would not. Why is that sign there? And you knew that you subjected a public official, a black man who has a fine upstanding family. The popes have been here for years. And you subjected him to something like that? That's bush league. We've overcome that. And I believe there were some people in the community that wanted to commemorate the sign. I'm not mistaken, but I believe someone has donated $50,000. I was told, don't quote on this, Todd Little has donated $50,000 to the African American Museum. Now, the African American Museum has done a great job around here. I talked to Dr. Rashid. We want that sign removed from here and placed at the African American Museum, at the very least, if he wants it. Because so I hear it's not the original sign anyway. That 20 years ago, when they remodeled this building, the sign was repainted. So I say to you, we have to stand up for the people and the voiceless people in Ellis County and say that will not be tolerated. The sign must go. I'm going to fight my own case, and I'm now fighting on behalf of citizens of Ellis County, taxpayer citizens that have been subjected to racism, marginalization, and what is called old school Jim Crow laws. That sign harkens from the Jim Crow era when we were marginalizing people, when we were not allowed to have fair treatment on jobs. Constable Pope won an election fair and square. He should have been treated with respect and not put in the basement. Now we're dealing with this. That sign has caused hate for years. And here it is again. It has affected my life, it affected Constable Pope's life, and it's going to affect your life.